Hey, Virgo, intuitive soul coach here with your October 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Virgo, I do get the message here around someone holding back their feelings. Someone may be too fearful or too cautious to take a risk. Yeah, look at that. We have the Fool showing up right off the bat with the Hermit crossing the energy. It's because of pain. These three cards came out together, and this is in your foundation. So this could be potentially you holding back from love, which we see it at the bottom of the deck. You actually have Cupid's arrow. It says, have faith. Love is coming. There may be a surprise invitation. Some of you could be struck by love. You may be dealing with an individual who wants to offer you their heart. They want to move forward with you. You may already be in a commitment of some sort, but I feel like there's a lot of beliefs or a lot of conditioning that you are working on breaking out of. Yeah, look at that. Wow. You have the Nine of Swords. It's in reverse showing up above you. So that's the card of stress, anxiety, worry, nightmares, and you're breaking out of it here. And I feel like there's a very, very successful turning point right around the corner with this beautiful Four of Wands showing up. Some of you have been stuck in a third-party situation. Now, remember, this can be for family, for friends, romantic partnerships. Take it as it resonates. But I do see here you may have given up on the idea of love or given up on a relationship. Something may also has ended tragically for you, because I see the Coffin card and you've had to, yeah, wow, okay, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords as we're talking about this ending. Now, bottom of the deck here, you have the Six of Pentacles. You're calling in a dynamic between you and another that's based on reciprocity, or you are exiting dynamics that are one-sided, okay? Because you want fairness, you want balance with the Six of Pentacles. This can be about establishing healthy boundaries, establishing equal exchange, and I do feel like there's been an overgiving, enabling, or some sort of codependent dynamic in the past, and it almost feels like you are stuck in that, or you currently are stuck in that energy, but it feels very lopsided. And that's what's being balanced out here. That is the underlying energy. Now, you start off with the Coffin card. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I'm getting Sunny and Cher's I Got You, Babe. Okay, I Got You, Babe. So maybe there is a union coming in here, or one that you currently are in. This could be a best friend, right? You could have a partnership, a spouse, a significant other. Maybe this is a best friend of yours. I feel like there is someone here that has your back, Virgo, or has your best interest at heart. Someone really cares about you. Someone really loves you. They want you to succeed. They want you to be in an abundant space. Yeah, because that song, it feels very, very loving. And I just keep hearing, I Got You, Babe. And I'm seeing the two of them kind of singing together. It almost feels like you are calling in, if you don't have this individual already, you're calling in a strong union, a strong soulmate connection where someone really does have your back. And that may feel a little bit foreign because there's been such difficulty in the past, or such tragic endings or loss or shock factors with the Coffin. But you're liberating yourself, Virgo. This is new beginnings. You're being reborn, spiritually reborn in a sense, and you are currently undergoing a big transformation. You're transitioning from one level to the next is what I feel like here with the Fool. So some of you, you could be transitioning from singlehood to, dating, from dating to, getting into a relationship that feels stable and secure, committed relationship. Some of you may be moving in with another person. For others of you, you may be exiting out of a contract and going from committed to single. I just feel like there is a transitioning from one stage to another, and you're leaving the past behind. You're burying something that may have needed to be buried for quite some time. This could be a belief. It could be a marriage. It could be something that was very painful, very difficult, and it may have blocked you emotionally in some sense. But I am getting the Snake card, which says there may have been someone else involved, right? The other woman, or perhaps someone had a family member, or someone stuck their nose where it didn't belong, is basically what I'm getting with the snake. It could also be someone that you trusted turn their back on you. And how interesting that that Sonny and Cher song is coming in, I Got You, Babe, because perhaps you had a solid dynamic with someone that was very close. You thought that they had your back, but they had worn a mask of some sort. The snake isn't a fun energy, but this also symbolizes you. And I feel like you are shedding a skin here. You're shedding a skin, and you'll never, ever, ever go back and put that skin on, right? It's just impossible for that snake to do. And I feel like you've outgrown this situation. You've outgrown maybe some sort of hypervigilance, meaning constantly looking over your shoulder, expecting something to go wrong, looking for fault. And I feel like you were in a state of, fight or flight, or on pins and needles in some way because of some sort of tragedy or trauma that you had gone through. You have the key on a ring, and this is a big theme moving forward, is you have options. There are new options here to unlocking your happiness, unlocking your destiny. I see you are wanting to balance things up with that Six of Pentacles. And if you felt strung along, or maybe you were stringing someone along, or it just felt like you were going through the motions like a robot. It almost feels like the emotions were timed out in some way, shape, or form. Like, oh, I should feel this way, therefore, but you weren't really tuned into how you were truly feeling. And I feel like that is about to change for you. There may have even been a one-night stand. You may have dealt with someone who they may have had options, or they may have been stringing you along, and it's taken a little bit of time to open yourself up to love. But I do see the start of this beautiful new life. And what we have at the bottom of the deck, you may not quite see yet, because this is bottom of the deck. It's coming up for you. Could be subconscious dreams, energies. It may be what you don't see coming, but this is love coming in. Surprise invitations. Some of you are going to be surprised because you will be struck by love in some way, shape, or form. And it may feel like a bit of a shock factor, but you also have here old school, and you have the clock card. When we get old school showing up, it does talk about outdated beliefs, outdated thinking, conditioning. Some of you may even be replaying an event over and over in your head, and that is that 9 and 8 of Swords energy. It is telling yourself a story that no longer exists, right? It's out of your life. It's not true because it's an illusion of the past. Therefore, why are we still replaying it out? And that can be difficult when there's trauma, or there is emotional baggage that we have to deal with that sometimes we suppress. And I do see here for a lot of you, there's been someone you've been dealing with or a part of yourself has had some unresolved emotional pain, causing bitterness, causing one to be unable to trust, or causing one to just close off. And I feel like you're putting that behind you. It's like you're bearing that piece and you're saying, I have dealt with this. I'm ready to attract the type of love I truly deserve. And you have here the old school, which you're upgrading. I am getting a massive upgrade to some belief or maybe to a relationship or a situation that it almost feels like it's been playing out like this cassette. If you remember cassettes, remember when, the piece would, fly out and you'd have to use your finger to wind it back in, and it just was messy and it took a long time and it required patience. I feel like that was part of a situation in the past, right? It's like it got unraveled. It took a long time to kind of put it back together. And before you know it, it's like all of the tape is just in a big mess and you have to throw it away. And I feel like you've put work in a relationship, you put work into yourself, but it comes to a time, or it has come to a time where all that work is going to pay off here for you. And you have the clock. Yeah, progression. You needed to take that time to heal. There may be cycles. This is a cyclical process here. And I feel like you've healed, or you are taking that time to heal, but now there's progression. Now we may see a bit of movement here with a new beginning showing up. All right. So first tarot card out is the Fool, which is great. The Fool is taking that leap of faith, which is what it says here. This can be about travel. Some of you may be traveling or moving. You may even connect to someone at a distance. I feel like you're curious. You're curious about what life could look like, feel like, taste like if you go down the rabbit hole in some way, shape, or form. There's something you are curious about, and I feel like your curiosities are going to lead you to something quite profound. So trust in your soul self. The Fool is the very, purest form of ourselves. It really allows us to connect on a deeper spiritual level, to be able to trust our path, trust what we're curious about, and know that we're being divinely guided, that we are being, directed here, and to trust the process along the way. So the Fool is beautiful. It's self-discovery. It is potential. And I feel like you are required to take that leap of faith here, because there is a new beginning. Now, what's crossing your path is the Hermit. Some of you have been in this cycle. Remember, I said it's cyclical here. Some of you have been in a state of hermiting, or, very introverted, maybe a homebody for quite some time. Maybe you've been single, or you've been in a relationship that maybe it's been over with for a while, but you haven't taken a lot of action to chase those curiosities in matters of the heart. Maybe you were rebuilding your life, but rebuilding financially, focusing on your children, your family, your career, whatever it is here. But the Hermit is about you coming out of hibernation in a sense. You've done the introspection, and this is you, Virgo. This is you. It's coming out of solitude, basically. And yes, you may at times be a loner, or you may feel like you're a lone wolf. Some of you may even be, only children, or you may be the only male or the only female or the eldest. I feel like you have had to grow up quickly in some sense. Other people look to you for advice. I feel like you enlighten others in some way, shape, or form. And I do see that you've been lonely, you've been rejected, or maybe you withdrew from society. But I see that about to change. If you are wanting to open yourself up and take a risk, take a chance, that's about to change. You have the opportunity to connect, is what I'm getting here. Connect, call in a best friend, a soulmate, a lover, a companion, even a pet or an animal. I do see that there's room for growth here, celebration. And I do see some of you moving, or there could be news of marriage or a home. Now, what's below you is the Three of Swords. Yes, there's been pain. There's been heartbreak. And like I said earlier, some of you had to deal with some unresolved emotional pain that had caused one to be resentful, bitter. Some of you, this could be someone else you were dealing with. They had a lot of rage. Perhaps they were lying. It just feels with this Three of Swords, there may have been betrayal, grief, or third party that stuck with you for quite some time. Yeah, it stuck with you. Even if this is something that happened, 3 years ago or 3 decades ago, I just feel like it was so impactful that it really shifted how you viewed love in a profound way. I mean, this could be a childhood situation where maybe there was a death, or perhaps you dealt with a parent who struggled with addictions, or maybe you got married young and divorced young, or whatever this may be. I just feel like it's still carried a little bit of that thorn through your heart and has affected your ability to be intimate or close with someone else. But in the recent past, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is manifestation. It is expectations as well. So I do feel like you want to make a move. You want to make a move, but your expectations may be telling you in some way that it's going to fall short, or I just feel like you're someone that's not going to settle, but just be mindful of overzealous expectations as a defense mechanism, where we hold back and we don't take that leap of faith because your expectations around a person or situation or love interest are so high that subconsciously that you're not going to be happy. It almost feels like setting oneself up for sabotage. So just be mindful of that here. Sometimes we can get lost in the planning, or get lost in the overwhelm, or even in the hesitation. We can get lost in that, and that may block us from taking that move. But I feel like you're ready. You may be dealing with someone who's hesitated as well. I just feel like there's been a pause. There has been a hesitation on, how do I move forward with this energy? How do I make the next move? I mean, some of you, the ball could be in your court here. You may be anticipating some sort of change, and this may take, courage and exploration. And I do feel like success is but a move away. You see that she's in the chess valley and it's her time. I feel like it's her move. Yeah, this is on you. Him or her, doesn't matter. Now, what's showing up above you is the Nine of Swords in reverse. This means you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, because sometimes that monkey mind, the nightmare, the self-sabotage, the pattern, sometimes that can be our comfort zone because we start to get used to it. And we start to expect things to happen maybe in a negative way or a challenging way because that's what we're used to. But I feel like Spirit is saying, wait a second, Virgo, you know your worth. You know who you are. That's why the Fool's showing up, for you to remember who you are, to reclaim the life that you want to live for yourself. And when the Nine of Swords shows up, it doesn't have to be a nightmare, right? It doesn't have to be full of anxiety, full of heartbreak, full of loss. And yes, that may feel like it's been a common theme or a story of your life, but this is about stepping out of your comfort zone and choosing to believe and to think and to take action in a new way. Because that's going to change the entire outlook, the entire potentially destined path moving forward. And I see you letting go of something that has been very nightmarish. Yeah, especially with the Three of Swords right below it. Now, what's coming in the near future? You got some goodness here. Look at those cute munchkins in Munchkin Land, right? Four of Wands is 1111. This is the card of soulmate, twin flame, celebration. It can be moving in together, marriage, family, stability. It is creating a sense of harmony, cooperation, and support. Basically your tribe here. And you see that all these munchkins are sticking together. And you see the big, beautiful castle in the background. So remember what I said about you calling in very helpful people? This is the path that you are meant to be on. This is a path that, you felt very, very far away from, right? It's like you were back in Kansas this whole time. And I feel like this land for you, Munchkin land, having a soul tribe, yes, it may feel foreign. It may feel, a million miles away, but it doesn't have to be just a dream. I am getting that song now. I believe it's Nelly, and maybe is it Tim McGraw, Just a Dream? Okay, yeah. It feels like this has been a long time dream of yours. It may be something that you started to even lose a little bit of hope for. Now, what is this? I mean, it's Cupid's arrow. It's Cupid's arrow coming in. Have faith. Love is coming. There's a surprise, an invitation. You may be struck by love when you least expect it. How are you feeling? The Three of Cups. Beautiful, because this is joyous as well. So you're going to celebrate. This is family and friends and connections. And, we just celebrated Virgo season. So a lot of you, this is a new time of growth. It's a new age. It's a new phase, a new level of your life, of your growth, of your spiritual journey. And some of you, there could even be, a gathering, a wedding. For some of you, you may be going to a wedding, or maybe you are the one getting married, okay, in the month of October. But I do feel with this Three of Cups, you're going to connect with loved ones. You're going to meet new people is what I'm getting. This can also be about the news of a birth, or there's some sort of announcement. Remember what I said about the phase, stepping into maybe the next new phase of your life? There's a celebration here, and it looks really good. Okay, whether it is you leaving a situation and there's liberation and freedom, or it could be you entering into a new contract with someone, meeting a best friend, meeting a lover. It feels really darn good. And with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups, this is a huge celebration. If you're looking to meet love and you're single here, this could be while you are out with a group of people. Maybe there's food, there could be drinks, there could be, a good time, music, celebration, dancing. You may meet someone in the midst of others, okay? If you are currently in a union, I feel like there may be a birthday party, a celebration, again, a wedding. It just feels like there's definitely things to celebrate here coming in. Now, what's going on in your environment? You have the Temperance card. The Temperance is a little bit of self-control and TLC, right? It's about tempering one's emotions when someone gets fiery, or someone wants to maybe run from a situation instead of dealing with what they need to deal with. I feel like you have the self-control to create balance in a situation. Because like I said, you may have been in that state of hypervigilance or fight or flight, or I'm just going to flee the scene, or I'm not going to stay in this person's a snake. And yes, it doesn't mean you can't exit out of that, but I also feel like there's a two-part to that. Exiting out, knowing when to fight for something, when to walk away. And then part two, healing and really processing some of the lessons learned. And I feel like you're there. Seven of Pentacles. I think I said Temperance here. I apologize. I am getting here patience though, and that can be a part of the Seven of Pentacles. Now it's interesting that Temperance is coming up, because 7 and 7 is 14. And that is the Temperance energy. So 7 could be significant. Some of you are seeing 777. You may be seeing 1-4. 1-4 could be a birthday. The age of 14 could be significant for some of you as well. But when the 7 of Pentacles shows up, this is about you really reevaluating where you are putting your time and your attention. Are you allowing things to grow here? Are you putting your beautiful heart into things that it's not going to grow, right? I see here with this card, it's showing up as Auntie M's garden. Aunt M's garden, she puts a lot of her time, her patience, her love, her heart into her garden because it flourishes, right? It's nurturing. It nurtures her. It brings her food that she can share with others. And I feel like if you're putting all this work in, but you're getting rotten tomatoes and you're getting, spoiled cucumbers, and you're just not receiving the bountiful blessings of your hard work, you're really reevaluating things. And that may be why you have this leap of faith coming in saying, wait a second, I don't feel full of vitality over here. I need to make a change, make a shift. And it's going to, again, require temperance where we don't numb, where we don't hide, right? Where we face fears, face something here, but also Seven of Pentacles. So reevaluating. I definitely see someone reevaluating their journey in the month of October, and reevaluating because you deserve, you want happiness, and you know you're worth it. All right, hopes and fears. We do see the Ten of Swords showing up here. Ten of Swords is, the Wicked Witch of the East. The house has landed on her. She's done, right? She's done and gone. And that may be that coffin piece. It's like you want to bury something. You don't want to deal with it, but be sure that you've done both part A and part B. Remember part A, letting something go, cutting it off, and then part B, really being able to process, heal, and do the work so you don't carry that bitterness, right? Or that unresolved emotional pain into this new life. And I feel like you don't want to do that. Therefore, you're going to choose to let something fully go. Because the outcome we have here is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles showing up is Alice, right? It's Queen Alice here. And you're coming to a place where you're really starting to create this life that you live, right? Creating an abundant life. Some of you, yes, you may be single, or you've been quite independent for quite some time. But the Nine of Pentacles is individual achievement, material wealth. Some of you are focused on your wealth, your abundance, your career. You're very self-sufficient here. This is someone who works really hard to get to a better place in their lives, right? They put in the work, they do the part, two, the A and B section, but now they're able to relax and enjoy it. And I feel like you could be now focusing your attention, and maybe that's part of this Seven of Pentacles, is you may have been focusing your attention on something else in your life, maybe again, your career or, family or whatever it may be. But now you may be taking your attention and opening yourself up to love in some way, shape, or form, because you're at a place where you want to live well with someone. You can do it on your own here. And this is about achieving goals, feeling confident, feeling proud of yourself, and attracting someone who mirrors this energy. And that's what I see you taking this leap of faith is going to do, because you're manifesting, and we always manifest what we are or what we need. And if you are showing up as the Nine of Pentacles and you manifest someone else that's a Nine of Pentacles, this is a beautiful independent union where both of you can balance each other out successfully, financially, emotionally, because you're not codependent. You don't need an individual to be happy, right? But it's the cherry on the top. You would like this union. You would like connection, but you also know your worth and you're not going to settle. I see that here in the past. Now, some of you, of course, you're still working on expectations. And I feel like you are working on boundaries. You're finding ways to open up without it being so set in a routine, or being at the point where we can be too independent. It can be my way or the highway at times, but I feel like you are going to find that balance. If you are looking for or want love, you're going to open your heart up bit by bit. and allow those thoughts, those beliefs to shift up and take you out of your comfort zone. Because some of you are very used to doing things your way, right? Eating when you want to eat, or, being on your schedule. And I feel like there is a tad bit of compromise coming in here, but I see that for the most part, you are doing good. You are really doing good. And there's a lot to celebrate. Some of you want to celebrate your wins with someone, but it feels like they're not happy for you, or maybe they're no longer in your life. Yeah, look at that. We have time to go at the bottom of the deck. And it would be wonderful for you to manifest someone who is just as excited about your happiness. And that's what I said in the very beginning of the reading. I got you, babe, right? There's someone who's coming in that, it almost feels like you're ride or die, someone who's going to be with you long term. Now we have co-create showing up here, Virgo, card 40. 40 could be a significant number. Co-creating talks about fruition and manifestation, which we've seen that in the 3 of Wands. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would have never come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is the extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. Now, try not to work so hard on creating everything without nurturing, spirits with you, okay? Or without allowing spirit to kind of work with you, because spirit is our biggest co-creating partner here. And it says, perhaps you are facing a big decision, right? Maybe you're unable to decide on your first step. That can be 3 of Wands. We get stuck in that hesitation, or maybe even analysis paralysis at times. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think it has come down to just you, or all you? You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. 2 minds are greater than one. So create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. And again, Virgo, you are incredible. You have such a fire within you. You are very grounded. You're someone who loves with everything you got. But I do see you've been wounded, right? You've been hurt. Try to keep the heart open here with the Fool card, and remember that you can make those dreams a reality. Open yourself up to co-creating with the divine. And I do see a huge shift here. Some of you could be turning 40, or you are 40 years old. Let's get a few messages from your crystal spirits. At this time, if you're able to safely do so, Virgo, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big breath in. Hold it as long as you can. And release with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your 3rd eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstones that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal that you're familiar with, maybe even know the name of. Perhaps your gemstone is showing up as a shiny color, maybe hues of blue, pink, purple, white, or green. Your crystal could show up as a specific shape or size. Maybe it's tumbled, raw, or polished. It could be heart-shaped, rutilated, or have points. Maybe this is a crystal that you wear often or you work with, or perhaps you're able to see it currently. There's no right or wrong answer, Virgo. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is post your crystal, whether it's the name, the color, the shape, the size, whatever you've seen in your mind's eye. Post that in the comment section below, and I personally will enter you into the free reading giveaway. All right, interesting. We have now card 41. So we go from 40 to 41. Your stone is orange sapphire, and it's all about joy and sensuality, respecting your body, body love. It says our interactions with others through technology can help us build the bonds of friendship, family, and romance. But orange sapphire spirit appears when you need to get back into your body and connect with it physically so that you can express love in a tangible way. Hug someone. Hold their hand. Explore the gifts of the senses with wonder. Listening to music together, cooking good food with each other, being in the same physical space. Ground your relationships and activities you do with each other today so that the both of you can be reminded of the precious gift that is the body and nourish your relationship to it. I am getting some of you, your love language is physical touch. And perhaps you've been craving, a good cuddle session, or you've been wanting or longing for touch in some way, shape, or form. Now, orange sapphire is very effective when it comes to stimulating the sacral or second chakra. And also for those of you that may have some trauma to the sacral chakra, which is 2 inches below the navel. It can be, the reproductive system. It can be the sex organs, both female and male. Perhaps there's been some dysfunction, or there has been lack of, or maybe an overabundance in that area. This can assist those who desire to experience the sensuality in life as well as get the creative juices flowing. I am getting Kundalini energy, so some of you could certainly work with orange sapphire to really bring about that Kundalini activation and awakening. It also asks us to explore the world through our senses. This could be silken fabrics, chocolate melting on the tongue, the feel of finger paints as we create on a canvas. Those are all ways to activate our sacral chakra. It doesn't just have to be the physical act of, sex. This can be so much more. And I feel like you are diving into maybe intimacy. That may be a struggle for some of you, is getting truly intimate with someone, opening up to someone on an intimate level. Meditate with this crystal when you start, to feel like you want more of that sensuality, more of that closeness in some way, shape, or form, either with another or within yourself. Perhaps you have a difficult time trusting and being intimate with oneself, which means opening up to your feelings. How do you really feel about the situation? Do you trust yourself to make choices that are in your highest good? So allow yourself to be vulnerable, allow yourself to be, sensitive here, and open up to, creative endeavors at this time. That is also going to remind you that you're co-creating with spirit, right? 40 and 41. Now, last but not least, let's get a message here from your guides, your ancestors, your angels. What do you need to know? Boundaries. Boundaries. You can be kind and still assert your boundaries. Boundaries build inner strength and confidence. It is okay to honor your needs and values. It is loving to have clear boundaries. So that is your final message, Virgo. I hope this resonates. It definitely looks like you are embarking upon a new journey, and this journey does look exciting. It does look happy. And I feel like you are someone who people respect, right? You have this sense of, independence about you. And sometimes that can even intimidate others. But if they're intimidated, I feel like they're not really tuning into your energy. They're tuning into the fear around a situation. And I see that the energy that you're calling in, they break through that fear, or maybe the fear piece of it doesn't, exist, because they see to the core, they see the truth of who you are. And I see two people coming together in a very profound way, like Sonny and Cher, right? I got you, babe. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and do drop your crystals in the comment section below if you'd like to be entered into that free reading giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Virgo. Lots of love.